Good morning, chicks and chickens. Welcome back to Old Man Farm. My name is Sid, as always. Vincent's birthday today. I don't know what the little bugger likes, but I hope he likes cloth. Probably not. Either way, we'll make it a point to go see him today. And in fact, I think we're going to kind of do a little bit of a gift-giving spree today. I think that's what we're going to do. Specifically, I want to get down and talk to Apples. I know I mentioned this a few days ago, but I have missed that. Also, I believe Abigail is just shy of maxing out hearts before, we would have to start dating. So the reason I want to get in on that is because I know specifically we have a mod where she becomes an adventurer, but it requires that she is at 8 hearts, if I am not mistaken. So we'll probably work on that. I also realized in hindsight that I put too many beans, and we're gonna have to get all this at the end of the year because, well, we can't even reach our Junimo hut. But I wanted to check on that, and I'm correct. I'm a moron. And that's really what we're all here to find out. So, I was thinking today, well, I got to thinking about what I was talking about yesterday, in regards to, actually, we can make another. And iridium just becomes not a problem, doesn't it? That's crazy. But I was thinking about the hidden areas in video games thing, the finding areas that are out of the way and not necessarily secret because there's nothing even there. It's something that feels like a part of a greater world, right? And I was thinking a lot about that today, and I was thinking of games that, it led me to thinking about games that just sort of baffled me as a kid in a way where, looking back, they weren't maybe as, there wasn't as much to them, really, as I felt, but at the time, there was something kind of mystical about them, right? And I think a lot of that can just be chalked up to, age and not understanding how, not understanding how video games work, but also, just the age of when you're ready to believe in something, for lack of a better word, magical. You're ready to, you don't have to suspend your disbelief. You're just like, no, I fully accept that this game with an implied world is every bit as big as it seems to be. And I just think that's interesting. And it's something I have really, really been struggling with lately. And I've even mentioned a few times on the channel that I'm really struggling to find a game besides Stardew that keeps my entrance. Cobalt Core did, but that's a game's game. I'm looking for a world to get lost in. And I've been really, really struggling with that. So, that being said, like I said, I was doing some thinking. And, a few things came to mind, and I know if you're a regular over on the streams, you've definitely heard us talk about Mega Man Legends as being, it's a game that it has an interesting effect on me specifically, but it's kind of generally panned as a pretty terrible game, but it had something to it that always drew me in. It's very strange that way, and there were little things, just that stack of wood can bite me. I've been struggling to, I keep doing that, it's fine. But it had, for instance, one of my greatest memories of that stupid game was, that when you're in the main, town, the first town, there's a can that you can just kick, and you just kick it everywhere. And for some reason, that is stuck out in my head. And the world just, it was the type of thing that, looking back on it, there's not a whole lot going on in that game, but it felt like there was always something on the horizon. And another example is, and again, I'm going back to this era of gaming because I think it does have a lot to do with my development. But there was a series of games called Driver and then various numbers, and I think it was Driver 2 specifically, it was a kind of like a big open world, if I remember correctly, which was pretty groundbreaking at the time. And it, to this day, I still feel that this was just like in my head. I'm like, man, that was the biggest game world I've ever existed in. And it actually does play into what I was talking about finding areas in games that they're not secrets. There's no hidden thing. There's not any, it's not, well, like for instance, like I was thinking about Doom, right? And you've got like the BFG, right? Or, you can fight Romero at the end. Romero, or I forget how, you can see Romero's face in the game. And so it's like, I don't know, it's kind of stupid, but they're Easter eggs, right? That's different from what I'm talking about here. What I actually mean is areas of the game that have no importance. They truly just mean nothing. And let's see, where could I put, 1 second. There we go. I'll put the row in there. And yeah, I just really eaten up some inventory space here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. So I would remember in Driver, right? And mind you, this is a game, oddly enough, believe it or not, where you just drove a car around and did missions, right? But it was really cool to like find some out of the way alley that has nothing to do with anything. It's not a part of a mission. It's not a race. It's nothing. It's just a place, And you sort of like grow attached to these areas that have no intrinsic meaning to the game, and that's bonkers to me. It's like, well, for instance, like there's an island in World of Warcraft, and I know I keep going back to World of Warcraft, but again, kind of a formative game during that time in my life. But there's an island more recently in a place called Dalaran. It's a floating city, and there's a floating island off the side, and it's got like it's got like a pond on it, right? And there's an NPC there that you can talk to, and that's like an area that is kind of out of the way, but it's intended for you to be there, right? But then there are other areas I can think of specifically right around Stranglethorn Vale, for any of you who know what that is. And my brother and I would just get lost fishing there, and some of my friends, we would just fish for hours in this one specific area that I don't even know if you can get to pre the Cataclysm expansion where they added flying, because it's just this weird little out-of-the-way area, right? And I just love that. So anyway, I was wondering, because with being able to explain it slightly better, I was wondering if any of you had anything like that. You give Apple starfruit? Yay, starfruit, yummy. Apple's not well today. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I hope the starfruit helps. But yeah, I was wondering if you had like anything like that, where there's like a piece of a game that that you are really attached to for seemingly no reason. It's not like some big achievement. It's it's not like you beat a certain boss fight or something. It's just like an odd area of the game that you really like. That's just like, something kind of out of the way. It would be like the equivalent. Oh, by the way, yeah, we have a rotating cast of hat mice now. So there's one. They'll just be different all the time. It's another mod I threw on. But it would be like if in the vanilla game, if you were just like really attached to this island, like, you know what I mean? Like, why? I don't know, but that's your thing. And I don't know. I'm interested in that. And two-part question, because I'm feeling very, oh, hey, what are you doing down here? This is Scarlet. What are you here? How'd you know I love this? Thanks. You're very welcome. It's good to see you. I never see you in town. But I had this thought when I was thinking of all this. I brought up Mega Man Legends, right? Where this game, it just felt like it was so much more than it actually was. And another one that came to my mind when I was thinking of that was Castlevania 64. That game is... I thought it was... I mean, I'm pretty sure that game's horrible. But, you know, when I was a kid... oh, we don't have anything that Vincent likes. Hold up. Let's go buy, like, some Joja Cola. We'll get them all sugared up. Gotta pet Dusty, though. But Castlevania 64 was one of those games where it felt... wait. I'd ask you to throw the ball around, but you don't really seem like sports. I want to play catch with you. Sure. Really? I guess I underestimated you. My arm's a little sore, but maybe next time. Okay. You talk a big game, Alex. Yeah, Castlevania 64 was a game that held this, like... It was... Let's take a peek. Oh, chocolate bar. He probably likes some of these, right? It's like just a bunch of junk food to him. Where it was so obtuse. Like, oh, I forgot. I don't have the mod on this one. But I kept coming back to it. No matter how much I thought that game sucked, I kept coming back because I was like, there's more here. There's like, there's things going on in this world beyond what I'm seeing, and I would just get so sucked into it like that. You know, and that's probably inaccurate, but it just, I don't know, it kept pulling me in, and I don't know, I think that's really interesting. Here you go, Vincent, a birthday gift. That's very kind of you. I love it. Kids, who wants a pizza? There you go, Jazz. Penny, how about some cloth? But I was also, as I was going through all this, I started thinking about, there's a game called Outward. I was talking to a friend about this, and we both, it's like that entire game is a hidden area. It's like that entire game is that strange little achievement. It's like the whole time you're in that game, you almost feel like you're not supposed to be there, because it's like a real world, and the people talk to you in a way that, like, it doesn't feel like a video game, almost to a fault. Like it expects you to know things going on in the world. It doesn't just expo dump you, you know what I mean? And I don't know, it is a game that I completely got lost in for like 30-40 hours over the course of like 1 week. And then it was, oh, that took forever. We had a crazy loading time again. I sold that dino egg. Damn it, we should have taken that up to Torts. That's okay. But yeah, I played that game for 30-40 hours in like 1 week with my friend. Maybe a little more than a week, but it felt like it. And then we just fell off. And I think part of it, at least for me, is that at that time I had recently moved into my house, meaning that I was recently homed again. I had been in my van, and you know, there's no way to say this, it doesn't sound like kind of bad, but I was it took a lot of adjustment for me, man. It's a lot of loss of various freedoms. Oh, we have a new baby lizard. Okay, all right, 1 second. All right, so this time we got a classic Rex, and it's actually pretty fitting now that they are raptors. I know, you know, he's not a T-Rex, he's a raptor. But, you know, hey, that's still pretty good. Rex is trying to sleep. Damn, we just missed the petting. That's okay, though. That's okay. What did I even come in here for? I have no clue. Oh, man, I totally forgot what I was even saying. Oh, right. Okay, so I had just recently moved in, you know, to a house. I was still drinking at the time, and I was in a job that I really, really disliked. Well, I didn't dislike. That's a whole different thing. It was complicated. Let's put it at that. But you know, so at that point, gaming was something I didn't get to do a lot in the van, and except for, you know, Animal Crossing and Stardew because of my Switch, right? So sitting down and playing a game was something that it was super duper chill time, right? And that game is difficult to an obscene degree, but in a great way. It is obtuse, but in a way that feels real. It takes a long time to do anything in the same way it does in real life. It is a singularly interesting game, but I think I fell off because I went so hard at it for such a quick span of time, and I still felt like we almost got nowhere, and I probably got sidetracked with something else, probably depression, I don't know. But my point is that I was thinking I am going to download that game. It's like 60 gigs. It's not a tiny game. But I was thinking I'm gonna re-download that, and I may try to stream that soon. We're finishing up Cobalt Core. Actually, tonight I'm gonna try and do a super long stream and just finish the game, get all the memories. Not that I'm not gonna keep playing it, because I want to focus on getting on higher and higher difficulties soon. But this will be specifically just to get all the memories so we can see the story and really know the story of the game. But, oh no, inventory's full. But, I was thinking of maybe playing Slay the Spire or something. I'm not really sure, but Outward is definitely going to be in the running for a possible next game to play on stream, because I lament not finishing that game. I really, really do. Let's see here. I guess, yeah, let's get rid of some of I did it with the others. May as well. Let's get rid of some of these gold ones, yeah? We may as well. All right, that's a decent sort right there. Let's go ahead and put Grover away. And I'm going to keep this coal on me for the morning, because we're going to get more iridium, you know that. But I was going to do the hothouse, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go age some of this cheese. We'll worry about the hothouse later or tomorrow. But anyway, just to start wrapping things up, I'm really interested lately in finding a world to get lost in. That's why I am kind of, again, tentatively excited about Light No Fire. Because actually the friend that I played Outward with, I was texting him about it. Like, hey, you want to go be an explorer with me? And he obviously was really stoked about the idea. So, we just started talking about other things and reminiscing about our time in Outward. So we'll see if I start playing that game on stream. But I would really like to hear from you, mostly on the other two things. If there is any out of the way areas that have no mechanical relevance but are just I don't know, just feel good spots in your brain in some game. And also, are there any games that you think have I've lost stuff. Are there any games that you think have an implied depth or a larger implied world to the game than is actually in the game that you remember? Kind of just being obsessed with like that. I don't know. I'm interested in that kind of stuff lately. I just think that's really cool. I watched a whole video about it's sort of a a fake game called Basilisk and Basilisk 2000. Pretty interesting stuff. I'll try and link that, see if I remember. But anyway, it was a lot. That was a lot, I know. But I would like to hear from you on those things. And yeah, if you're not doing anything, you would come over to hang out on Twitch tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's on Thursday, the 14th, I think. I don't know, whatever day this came out. We're gonna try and finish off Cobalt Core, and I've heard it's a real tearjerker, and they're real cute. So, I'm a little worried. but I'm excited. And even if you don't come over, still, I appreciate you. Until next time, be good to each other. I will talk to you tomorrow. Good night.